The following video was pre-recorded on twitch.tv/codedman9000. More information on the stream times at the end of the video. Previously on Stone to Space.
For the start of Chapter 3, we went to Kerbal Space Program to learn how to make rockets so that we could explore the stars for a new home. We began playing on career mode while not knowing anything about what we were doing. After doing some research off-stream, we then moved to the science mode with newfound knowledge. We went to both moons, created communication networks, planes, science missions, a space station, and then ended the game by traveling all the way to Duna in the Antari ship.
After arriving at Duna, our ship the Antares fell apart, causing us to land on Duna and mine its resources so that we could fix the Antari ship. We unlocked various buildings, and also different types of science. After fixing everything but scanners on the ship, we then left the planet behind us as we continued to travel in space. Partially during our space flight, we landed on an asteroid. Over the course of a few hundred cycles, we had mined out the asteroid, converting its resources into various things that we needed in order to keep 24 dupes alive. We made a lot of automated machines to take, cool, or convert items into other items. We then turned on a machine that would allow us to take a dive into the dreams of one of our dupes. Hello and welcome to a Twitch Plays Along series called Stone to Space. Today we're in Chapter 3, Space Travel. Today we are playing Vintage Story. What we did in last stream is that we went around and started playing with a bunch of things. Now, we are 100% getting into winter, going off of the fact that the map looks brown compared to the green from around the area. If we go somewhere up north, that would be... This is a spring color. Then we have summer here, which is the dark green. And then it gets darker and darker as we get closer to winter. What we did was we used this translocator to teleport all the way down to here. We dug ourselves out, and then we started heading over, trying to connect up with this here, which is at least one confirmed female boar stuck in a hole. Hopefully they don't escape. Now, we also did download a new mod where we can move translocators after we fix them, and found out that we need steel stuff in order to break them to get them as an item. So we can't do that yet. I'm probably not going to get into steel at all. And I also don't feel like walking all the way from up here all the way down to get to the female boar. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to this translocator. And we're going to travel across here, which has a few different ruins. There is a Tangela in chat. We've had that in chat before, but just in case, it is a Gen 1 Pokemon. Okay, so we have one ruin here, which is pretty much the same place that we got all of our stone path from. So we already know what's there. This we went through and we got everything out of. This is a very dangerous area, which Percuss helps me figure out how I'm going to survive this area. According to Percuss, aside from a locust nest, if you go to one of these places that spawn the dangerous mobs, and you walk away, they despawn. You come back, they're going to respawn, so that's now the second spawn. And if you go away, they'll despawn. If you come back the third time, they usually won't respawn a third time. So we've already spawned in the first time. If we go there one more time, that'll be the second. And then we might be able to just get around without having to attack it, or attack any mobs. Now the Locusts are different. They have an actual spawning block, but the Drifters and Bowtorns have a kind of like an invisible mechanic block that doesn't work the same way as the Locusts. So we're going to attempt to survive that. Now, I remember there was more ruins. We've been here. This, we didn't notice before. I know what that is. I don't know how to explain it other than it's just a pyre? I think that's the right word for it. This is another one of those spots for path tiles. So I'm just going to go like this and save that. Now, all of this is Savanna stuff, so there is hyenas in this area. I'm just trying to mark all of the ruins before we get to there. These are hot springs. I don't know what this is. That kind of looks like it could be a ruin. So I'll mark it just in case it is a ruin. And then we should be where I died. Yeah. I don't know what this is, so we'll look at that as well. So that's what our plan is for today. Whether or not we're going to be able to do everything today, I'm not sure. I also have 3 temporal gears in my pocket because we're going to try and fix a second temporal gear that we found and see where that leads. So I'm going to eat all these berries. And then we're going to grab another stack of berries. That's going to be our food. Now, it is nighttime. It is raining. I heard one of the spiders, so I wasn't sure where to go. Have fun lurking, Gino. Where is our torch? That should probably be in our pocket. So we're going to make our way all the way over to the translocator and then find our way back. This is probably going to take majority of the stream, especially if I die a few times. We're only going to attempt doing this maybe 2 or 3 times if we die that many times. So first step is to get all the way over here to our cave, which is right here. Then we climb all the way down here. And then this is where the translocator is. Oh, hello. Okay. Now this area here is very low in the ground and can be a very dangerous area. We did find a few pieces of bismuth in this area, so I did pick it up, but it was only like 4 pieces. We have this dirt here just so that nothing follows me up the staircase, but I have a feeling that things are going to be spawning as I go up more. I think I saw something run up the stairs. I think we might also want to mine downwards after we go up here, just to make it so I'm not bumping my head on the ceiling. A little bit of copper there. Even more copper. I don't know if copper is this frequent everywhere, but it does seem like this area is very copper rich. Also looks like I missed a bunch of stones as I was going upwards, which seems a little weird. Because I didn't fill my inventory with stones, but somehow there's a bunch here. Right, now we're in the sandstone, not the granite. Compared to the andesite, this looks like sandstone. Okay, and there should be a bunch of stuff right here for me to collect. I'm going to put this by the translocator so we can send it back home. Ooh. It almost filled us completely up. Alright, we're just going to go all the way back down. So the next time we use the translocator, we don't have to come up this slowly. Because I have a feeling I will die at least once on our way over to the boars. Especially if we're trying that room with all the strong monsters. And this should be a lot quicker than the last time because we're not digging out 4 blocks at a time, or 3 blocks at a time. Have fun lurking, Cloud Cover. Thank you for stopping in and saying hi. And I think we have a higher chance of having things spawning at the bottom of the staircases as we're going down than we do making our way up. And at this point, I no longer can pick up stones. Luckily, items get teleported by the translocator, just like people. So when we get all the way down to the bottom, I'm going to try and send all of this stone through. Because it'll be a nice start to andesite cobblestone stuff. Now, our top point was around 120, and I don't remember what our bottom point was around, but I think it was in the 40s. It shouldn't be too much longer. Especially seeing how we're getting closer to the image anyway. Another thing I did think about, because the last time I was talking about this, instead of making a staircase as we have now, we can make a spiral staircase, which might be safer because there's not as much length for things to spawn in, but I don't know if it's actually going to be safer because there'll be more corners for things to spawn and climb down from. And now we're in the 40s. We should be seeing our dirt block pretty soon. I don't think it's very low into the 30s and our height above the word north. Apparently I'm wrong. Maybe I have the wrong 1/10 of a block. Oh, there's the dirt block. I can see it now. And what I could do, honestly, is make a tunnel out of dirt. Hello. That's a deep drifter. That's a normal cave drifter. But that other one was one of the stronger guys. The one with all the spikes. So if he hits me, he might one-shot me. Unlike that guy. He might teleport himself. Missed me. Now, if I can hit him one more time, that kills him. And these guys drop decent loot if we were to have gotten any loot. Alright, so if I start throwing this... Okay, so that just teleported everything we threw down there. And then if we need to, we'll get rid of stuff in our inventory as we need more inventory space. I wonder if I don't pick up everything while moving. Unlike other games where you can pick up a whole stack in 1 second. Maybe this actually considers your speed. Never tested it out. It does look like it's becoming daytime out there, though. It is actually not daytime. It is just very nighttime. So I'm going to throw all this stuff on the ground. I'm going to need this out just in case. And we need to go this way, actually. Back towards the translocator. And then let's do a quick look on the map. I'm gonna assume I went through that ruin already. Actually, we were trying to see if there is a way for this to connect. Let's go and see if we can figure that out. If there's any way for this water to connect, or land to connect. So if we run all the way over here, we should at some point run into the ocean. Whoa, that was a far drop. I do see water on the map, but I think that's just a regular lake. There's a drowsy in chat. That's Gen 1 for anyone that's trying to collect all of them. That is a far drop. Let's not go that way. We should be getting close to daytime now. Not sure how close we are, because I don't. I can see the obvious game time, but I can't tell what considers daylight time. I think it's 5 a.m. Okay, now we might be seeing what's actually ocean. That definitely is ocean. If we keep going this way. Hopefully this land continues going west. If not, we're gonna have to take another raft ride across the water. Which isn't an issue. That's how we got there the first time. So I'm hoping that when we get up here, it's not just curved over. I should probably stay with the ocean on the view of the map. Oh, there's will-o-wisps over here. That's neat. Alright, what's the map looking at? The map is a peninsula. Okay. So the next test that we would do would be going up this way and see if it loops back around. But what we're gonna do right now is pin that and try to figure out which ruin that would be while also getting attacked. Oh, hello. Apparently I ran right towards the portal. And when we get to the water, we're gonna have to put the torch away because we can't use the raft and have the torch out without it being blown out by the water. Alright, so let's make sure we're going to the right one first. Let's actually change the color of it. That would be easier to tell. Make it light blue. Alright. So, goodbye torch. And in order for us to get the most speed out of this raft, we have to run as we go in. And now, I don't have to do anything on the keyboard. It automatically makes you go forward. You just have to steer. So we're going to keep aiming for that blue ruin. Now, it looks like the ruin that we're heading to is a lot further north than the others. I don't think that is actually true. I'm also seeing a storm ahead of us. You guys should be able to start seeing things pretty soon. How far away is this ruin? I didn't realize we swam this far the last time. I thought we were closer than this. If the clouds are anything to go off of, we should be coming out of the storm pretty soon. Okay, we're starting to see some land now. The ruin should be more this way. There it is. Uh-oh. I want to know what makes my game pause that frequently. I know it's when it's rendering things, obviously, because that's normal, but I want to know why it happens so frequently. Like, it's not only new places. What is this again? Bald cypress. Let's go on land. And we'll take a quick breather over here by the, by the trader here. Because I want to recolor this and take it off of there. We're going to go over to that dangerous area. Now, it is technically daytime, so we should be having things spawn less. Is that oak? I'm gonna guess it's oak. Yeah. Okay, so this is the building with all the dangerous stuff. It had a lot of wasps coming out of the front of it. But I noticed that there was other dangerous mobs. Not including this hyena. I'm looking at the ruin more than I'm looking at them. What I want to do is make sure that they're not going to hurt me as I'm trying to explore. So if I can at least get them to run away, they don't necessarily have to die, but... How are you hitting me from that far? I even jumped away and they still hit me. Well, now I'm not sure how to get around. Hopefully there's not more over here. Doesn't seem like it. Do they sleep during the day? That might be what's going on. Okay, so as we get closer to this, it should be spawning mobs. Especially locusts, which should be... Yep, I can see them already. Now, the locusts seem to be spawning from in this portion right here. So what I'm trying to do right now is look around as much as I can to see if I can find a nest. Not having to go inside. Okay, he can't get out as far as I know. Ah! That came out of nowhere. Okay. So we're back here. I had a feeling that we're gonna die at least once. I'm gonna eat all these berries. I'm trying to eat all the berries before we start using our vegetables as food. Even though we have a lot of vegetables. I'm gonna grab another stack of berries because I have a feeling we're gonna use it. And since we have this grain... That's not the same grain. That's flax. This is chicken food. Let's go check on our chickens and then we're gonna head back and forth from the translocator. Okay, so one thing we were trying to test is if they can lay eggs in the baskets under here, which they can. Awesome. I am going to leave those eggs where they are, because I want them to actually hatch. So we want 6 hens. We also want them to get a few generations higher. So let's just fill those first. Oh, is that the exact amount that I needed? Look at that. Neat. Alright, so we're gonna head all the way back. There is going to be a bunch of stones at the translocator when we get to it. You know what I should do? I should grab one of these and put some torches down at the translocators. so that monsters aren't spawning right at the location. So if we grab 2 and 2, that should be the amount we need. And now that we're doing this at the beginning of the day, we should be getting there and crossing the water while being able to see where we're going. Is paintbrush still in the cat bed? No. I turned around and they were looking at me. They're both on my bed. You can kind of see paintbrush on the bed in the cat camera. It's the tiny amount of color on the bed. We're just gonna run past them. And then we run all the way down here. And this is our little staircase so that drifters can't get to us. And then if we go right here, there should be a ton of stones, which there are. Okay. So first thing, one torch there. Now, I knew no matter what I did, I was going to end up picking those up. And what I'm trying to do is get rid of all of these without teleporting. Okay, so let's just go like this. And then what I'm going to do is pick up everything and just place it over here. It may not make much sense, but what I'm trying to do is just put it in a different spot so I'm not always having to grab it when I'm trying to use the translocator. Am I picking them up? I'm too close. I was like, why do I keep picking up 5 metal parts? There we go. So it's a little bit different than where it spawned, which is right here. There's a Pachirisu... can't say it. There's a Pachirisu in chat if anyone wants a Pikachu lookalike. Okay, so we spawn here. So going back is the one that has the spawning issue. We go back. Where do we spawn? Do I spawn in a piece of wood? Yes, I do. We want to get rid of that. And I will place it right there, just because I can. What? I don't know what it just teleported. That's a ruin chandelier, never mind. Let's put the metal parts there, this there. And then we're gonna head all the way back. Okay. Now we should be able to get out of here a little bit quicker. I'm going to take the torch out of my hand, because we can just focus on that little bit of white light. I should be able to tell if there's any mobs on our way getting up there, because it would block the white light. What I should have done just to mess with you guys is to start going down this staircase so that it looks like we're in one of those dreams where the room gets further and further away from you as you're trying to get closer to it. Alright, so if I climb all the way up here, this is the first time that we've climbed over this land during the day. The other 2 times that we've tried getting over to this ruin area has been at night. So hopefully we can find some goodies on the way over. I am taking a slightly different direction or approach over these hills because I can see. I know at one point we passed a lot of blueberries. Not really worried about blueberries, but that is something that I noticed during nighttime. And I do need to keep an eye on our time so that we're not going over to that ruin when there's nighttime mobs. Oh, hello, cave. Nothing special about it, though. Okay, so what I should be doing is going practically straight north to see if I can find a way for these lands to connect to each other. So that should be the trader that we last found right next to ruins, which we already went through. And what we need to do from here is just go north. Is that chalk? Limestone would be better. It's andesite. And that's onions, right? No, these are carrots. Okay, what's the difference between onions and carrots with their leaves? Because that honestly looked like it was onions to me after I thought it was carrots. Let's grab these. Don't need those. I just wanted the vegetables for a little bit better diet. So that we can hopefully get a slight health boost. Alright, so going this way. We're still nowhere near the ocean yet. Are these onions? Yeah, that looks the same as the carrots to me. I don't know. Maybe the leads for the onions are more straight lines than carrots. The carrots are more bushy. Who knows? There is a big tree in here. How are we doing on the map? We are too far west. Obviously, if we find any resin on the way over, we're going to grab the resin. Now, when we go back to that ruin, we shouldn't be getting a lot of scary mobs, aside from the locusts, which should be spawning due to a locust nest. But the other dangerous mobs should not be spawning, at least not as much. Andesite gravel. And according to the map, it goes farther east, so we're just going to go west and take the raft over. Which I'm going to have to map this out. No, we're going to our death marker now. We don't need to do a marker on a ruin in order for us to find the way over. And this must be the storm that we swam through the first time we came over today. Right, jump and raft. See, now that didn't do too good on speed. There we go, that's a little bit faster, I think. Actually, it might not be. I'm not sure. Can I look at the map while I'm swimming? Oh, I can. This whole time I thought I couldn't. I thought it was like with food that it would make you drop the raft in a way, or put the raft away. So at least you guys have a representation of how close we are. So I guess this is the width of our mini-map. Now if you use this map, it gets this large. So we should be starting to see land, yep. So we have this big piece of land, which we could just get off and run across the land to get over to the ruin. But I'd rather swim all the way over there because it seems like an easier straight shot. You don't have to climb up and down hills and such. That in front of us should be a small island. And then around these tall redwood trees should be the first ruin we were going to. Yep, right in this opening. Brush is now sleeping on my pajama pants on my bed. I find it very cute. So if we run through here, we should be coming out the same place that we did the last time, looking at the ruin. The hyenas are still here, which I kind of expected. Are they still damaged? That's the question. Well, you're coming after me. I should be running towards water. So that hopefully I can keep a little speed. Okay, that's one of them. Why did that sound like a Minecraft dog? You're not coming after me. This is the last one that I remember attacking before. Oh, it wasn't. That was an undamaged hyena. Alright, since I want leather, we're not going to take this home. So I'm just gonna go like that. We might eat the, we'll probably eat the meat. Actually, I don't think I can eat meat with our, mod list. I think I need to cook it. I don't think I... Hopefully they don't attack me while I'm trying to do this. Okay, so there's locusts right there. Hyena up top there. I don't know how it got up there. I am checking my back for hyenas. So there's a locust nest in here somewhere. Ah. Why am I not hitting that one? There's definitely a locust nest, and there's a dangerous boathorn. I'm trying to strafe away from their jumping animation. It has to be in there. Whoa, there's a lot. I can handle a few, but not that many. Why am I not attacking? Okay, there we go. So where's the locust nest? Because I doubt that was all of them. I'm expecting more to just pop up somewhere. There you are. And I don't know what the fastest way to get rid of a nest is. Like, what tool? Ah! Well, we know where the nest is. Unfortunately, we're going to be coming back here at night. Do we cook meat before putting it in a stew? Or do you put raw meat into a stew? I forget. You know, a long time ago, made a list of different foods that you can make with, that's the wrong notebook. With the mod that we have, Expanded Foods. Where would that be? Here it is. I'm trying to see if there's anything we can make now. We can make sausage out of raw meat. We could probably... we can almost make salads. Actually, a salad's just 2 chopped veggies. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to look at my notes from a while ago and see what we can do with it. That is in here somewhere. Leather. Oh, another thing I wanted to look at was leather making. So let's look at this for a second. What I want to know is what the conversion rates are. This first one, small, medium, large, huge. One, two, three, 5. Okay, now how much leather do I need for a backpack? We need 8. So 8 small hides would be 1 backpack. And it'll take time for it to cure. So I'm going to do. Or diluted borax. I can make lime wire, that's not too difficult. Just lime in water. What I wanted to know was how to make strong tannin. I was just making sure that I wasn't going to go through different things. Oh, it's just wood in weak tannin, which is wood in water. So we should probably start doing the tannin. If I were to do that, I would want somewhere nearby with water. Not like that. If we just keep going like this. Okay, that's all of that. Put that back up. We're gonna need to put a piece of dirt first. And then put the wood back. And then... do I only need 1 piece? For each 10 liters, 1 log. This is 50 liters, right? So I need 5 logs. We have the most oak, so I will use oak. And that'll take a day for that to turn into weak tannin. Then we put another 5 in. Yeah, another 1 per 10 liters. All right, before we head out, it is almost nighttime. Inventory looks fine. Actually, this I want up here. And we do want this out in our hotbar in case I run into pigs where I'm not expecting them to be. So, because it's almost nighttime, I'm actually going to sleep. So that we can go there at the beginning of the day. We'll sleep until 5, unless our character gets kicked out ahead of time. But at least we know where the locust nest is, so if we need to, we can fight a bunch of locusts. So that we can get over there. And we are now at morning. So it kicked us out before 5, which is where I wanted to do. I don't know what the Z's mean on the top right of the screen near the mini-map. Don't know if that means I'm not tired for 5 seconds. Like I can't sleep again until that timer's done. Never seen that before because I only slept once or twice on the server. And now that we know both south and north of the translocator first land area does not reach the area with the ruin, we're not going to play around and try to find a way for the land to connect. I just threw that. I meant to put it in my offhand. I pressed the wrong button. All right. Am I able to get around that without... accidentally picking it up? Let's put these here. This is a full-on item. And I'm just gonna place right there. No. Oh, I can't place it there. Okay, we'll go right there then. I think that's where we spawn in, but oh well. Oops. Alright, back to the light at the end of the tunnel. Wonder what it looks like from down below. It's just getting dimmer and dimmer. What did I just pick up? Picked up a bunch of stones. And 10 liters of rot. I don't know where I got rot from. Oh, that was from the other berries. Well, I had them in my hand for like 1 day and they died. Alright, so what I'm gonna do right now is just go west. We'll jump on the raft when we hit whatever the ocean is. And then we'll figure out how we're getting to the other area from there. This way we're not going north just to go west to go north again. I don't think this is the ocean. Actually, it is. I don't think I'm at the fastest speed here. Hold on. Oh, do I have to keep shift? Hold on. I think I do have to keep holding shift. No, it doesn't seem like it slowed down. Never mind. So if we follow this all the way around... Apparently there's a little island right here with just a tree. Is it really just one block of dirt? That's funny. Oh, hello, coral. That's coral, right? I've never seen coral in the game before. Yeah, it is coral. Look at that. Oh, this is cool. Got a lot of variety in there, too. Okay. Let's continue going. You've already spent an hour trying to get over to this place. I have been thinking about bringing a bed with us just so that I can reset my spawn point closer to where we're dying. But then at the same point, what if I want to die to get home quicker? Instead of walking all the way back. That's the reason why I haven't done that. Now, as we get back over there, we shouldn't have any mobs aside from Locusts. I said this the last time, but this is now the third time this stream that we've been there, so maybe it'll work out the way the Percuss was explaining it. I have to stay away from blocks that are only one below the waters. Alright, let's look at the map so we can see how far away we are. We're not heading directly to it, but we are heading in the right direction for land. And I think instead of going through the trees over here, which are mostly in water, I think we will head over from this side. Especially since now we know where the locust nest is, we could spawn all the mobs as we're getting over to it. Here's that rainstone that's been stuck over here. Shouldn't be too much longer before we can start seeing this. There's a Togepi in chat if anyone wants a cute egg-looking Pokemon. I don't know why the sprite's not loading. It's a Pokemon that holds its Pokemon egg like a diaper. Alright, let's just go this way. Get on land. Hopefully that'll be slightly faster than swimming. Oh, there's a ruin over here. Now, what I want to know is this sunflower? Because we tried to bring sunflower seeds back home, and it did not work out last time. I'm going to take a quick detour over to this ruin. I also want to know what the spikes are. It could be a tree of some sort, but I don't know. It does look like a tree. Now this looks like a very... There's a teleporter up there. I see you hiding there. So we have some gears right here underneath the metal spikes. We also have this. Some bony soil. I doubt there'd be more. But if we go all the way up, there's a translocator up here. Oh, it's torch holder. I saw you. Oh, and a nice chest. Like it's not a ruined one. Okay, so if we bring more stuff back here, we can fix up this translocator. So I'm gonna mark this. And what I don't really care about are the stones Or this. I do want to know what's inside here, though. A book, copper knife, large black brick slabs. We will leave all that here. Now, these are the trees that I was looking at that I thought might not be trees. So I'm just curious to see what they are. I think they're pine. Mediterranean cypress leaves. Alright, hopefully when we get over to this ruin, there's not a bunch of hyenas guarding it. Like the last 2 times we went over here. I mean, I did kill the hyenas that were there. That doesn't mean that there's not going to be more. Alright, how far away are we from the ruin? Because I want to try and get everything to load from the same spot. So if I can strafe around this without getting killed by hyenas and without spawning anything, we might be able to get to that locust nest. Before they spawn. Actually, I don't think we're going to be able to get to them before they spawn. We're going to have to take out the locusts that are here. They do stop spawning after some point. And there's a boat's horn. Are there more in here? There's not. Wow, I'm surprised. I'm holding my breath because I am scared that something's going to spawn near us. This is a locust cage, so this also can spawn them. Pick up everything we can, because that is some stuff that we don't have to build. That's a red ceramic crucible, and an ingot, and another locust nest. So there's going to be a lot of stuff in here, I'm guessing. Hopefully somewhere we can find a thing that we can put stuff in. Rather than all the stuff that we just break to see what's inside it. Is that a chisel? That is a bismuth bronze chisel. Because right now my inventory is already full. What is that? A Jonas part? Alright, how did we get in here? Oh, over here. A bunch of stuff. Why can't I pick up the sticks? Well, really? Okay. I wonder if I could quickly make a chest somehow. But what I need to do first is go take a restroom break, so I will be right back. And we're back. Sorry for the abrupt bathroom break. Alright, I need a way to store stuff. I don't know if there is something I can make stuff out of, like a small reed chest. Oh, I can. I'm gonna need to place something down, so let's put the cage down right there. This will be a good starting point until we find something that we can actually store stuff in. Because I doubt they would put a bunch of stuff in here without having something that you can store stuff in. I am going to take as much reed as I can just to see if I can make multiple chests. How do I make chests again? I think it's just this. That's a basket. Is it the full surrounding? No. Oh, it's 3. So we can't make one yet. I don't see any reeds over that way. I wonder if there's like a front door to this building too. Maybe we're going at it the wrong side of the building. So how many do we need for one? I think it's 24 for one reed chest. If my math is right. So if I get 28 pieces, that's at least 2 chests. Or 48 pieces, I mean, not 28. Okay. That should be 2 chests. And what I'm looking for is something that looks like a front door. This obviously is not a front door. I think actually the place that we were going in was the front door. We just were trying to get the locust nest first, so we went from one of the side rooms. I mean, this could be considered a front door too. I'm also not seeing any dangerous mobs spawning in its inside anymore. So that's a plus. One of those trees far away looked like something. Alright, so let's just go like this. Let's start with that. Let's start going through everything. So in here, I don't see anything I can take from that room. There's probably nothing in here that I could take. I'm looking for vessels that could be hidden. There is a bee nest nearby. Is that bamboo? Okay, so this place is still able to spawn mobs. Which is probably good to keep track of. And this is the place that we're in. So if I start breaking stuff. I think we just picked up quartz. And here is a bunch of torches. A bee grenade, some aged logs, marble top table, sticks. Nothing too impressive. We can break that so we don't see it anymore. And I'm pretty sure these are broken anvils. I don't think we can use them. Over here we have a children's toy. This has more stuff to build out of. There's a little chest over here. This brings us back outside. So we already, I think, filled up another chest. We'll put the torches in there. I don't really need torches. Now, I am going to keep this bee grenade and try to throw it at a mob later, which probably will be the death of us. Is this something I can pick up? No. Alright, let's look at our inventory. Neither one of those gives us stuff. Like any protection. Don't know what this room is supposed to be. Oh, more bee grenades. And some stuff to heal us with. There's another, that same room. And this leads to outside, where there's a bunch of bony soil that we saw from before. I will take the bony soil. I could do without the other stuff, though. If I can, I'm going to try and jump out of this area. So that we can go like that. We did pick up quartz. I don't need the sticks. We do want the resin though. So if I just put the metal scraps away. We'll probably end up using this. That brings us into that room, which we actually didn't fully explore. Oh, this has a door to outside. That's why I couldn't figure out how to get in here. I'm going to take the copper spear, and I guess just leave the sticks on the ground. And that should probably break the chest. Alright, we went that way. Mobs started spawning this way. Did we do everything on this side? I think we did. So I guess let's go down this hallway. Is this like a little bathroom? Where somebody died inside it? But that might lead somewhere. Okay, that had flint stuff. We don't really need any of that. This leads back outside. This is another bath. What are these? Turnips, we don't really need turnips. That's a staircase up, we'll ignore that for now. This looks like a preparing area. Oh, is that a bunch of flint? It is. Trash and pot shards. I don't know why it took so long to figure out what that said. Finally, a ceramic vase that we can actually pick up. It has a bunch of stuff in it. We don't need that. Saltpeter, lime, and chalk. That's not bad. Okay, so I definitely don't want this. I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't want that. What else is on the ground? I think it's just this. Precision tools. That's a clay vessel that I can't pick up. Nothing else in here. But we do have more storage available to us. That's cool. And here is more building stuff. We'll come back for that. What is that? Is that a sack? We have feathers. It is a linen sack. Look at that. But I don't think I could put a stack full of stuff in my inventory. No, I can't. I wonder if I could put it in a chest. Hold on. If I place that down there, can I go like this? No, I can't pick it up. Okay. That's unfortunate. What's in here? A bunch of reed. Oh, honey. And not enough reed for me to make something with. I was trying to pick that up, but I can't. Alright, let's take all this stuff outside, place it down. Oh, are the bees in here? They are, look at that. I would like to be able to see what I'm doing. Put all of this away. I do want the flint because we're going to use that for calcine flint. Keep that on us. This will go in here for now. I should probably specify that we're not going to be coming back for this stuff for a while, so I'm really just placing it outside for no reason. Alright, we were in here. I don't even know what I'm picking up here, I'm just doing it so I can get rid of the chest. Alright, do I consider any of this junk? Done with the spider webs. A very aged deep bark log, okay. Is this a brewery setup? Look at that, it is. I'm not really trying to get brewery though, so I'm gonna leave that here. What I do want to get is the seeds over here. Alright, no, the reeds. I came back for the reeds, not the seeds. If I just go like this, and we come out here for a couple more reeds, we can make one more chest. Because I have a feeling we're going to need another chest. Okay, look through all these. Don't need any of this on me. Anything going there? Nope. What about in here? Just the flint. Alright, I'm gonna keep going this way until I make sure I have everything from each room. This is the brewery room, that's right. We went in there. This leads outside. What is that? Ceramic sensor. Oh, here's a vessel. It's got some stuff in it. Did we pick up everything? We did, look at that. What I don't need are the scraps and this and the blue clay. And those berries did not fill me up at all, so I think they were close to being rotted. It's a cool trinket set. More stuff to heal me with. What seeds are these? Soybeans! Nice! We can get a bunch of soybeans from this area anyway. Without finding it in the ruin. I'm gonna keep going this way, because I feel like this, leads outside. Never mind. Is that a bronze scythe? It is a bronze scythe. Okay. So this must have been their food storage area. Lore-wise. Alright, now we're over here, which looks like more food-related stuff. So I have a feeling that I'm gonna end up filling up my inventory. What about right here? I was able to pick all that up. Alright, can I run down here to get back to the main entrance? I can. Doubt I can put anything back in this. Nope. Okay. No, 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 no. Don't think we need to keep the sticks on us, but I will jump over here. Pick up things that aren't junk. Put that stack of sticks in there. If we need more space later on, I will switch out those sticks for something. I'm going to ignore everything that we're passing and go all the way back down here to the food thing. Make sure that we get everything out of this. I had a feeling that this is going to be even more grain, but I wasn't sure. So I didn't want to pick up anything and then not have enough inventory space for it all. Was that a chest? No. Nothing in here. Staircase going up. Larch seed, flint, saltpeter, plain bandage, aged wood slab. I don't really need a watering can, but I'll do that just so I can get rid of the chest. And then we have this. There's more grain. What about in here? Okay, we have a scroll, we have rusted gears, and an aged bed. Which is right at the front door. Get rid of all this, get rid of that. And now we're at the point where we're filling up the next storage. Should probably put the soybeans in there too. Go back to this chest that's in here. Let's read the scroll and then throw it on the floor. And so the first trade was conducted. The god granted her a madness. The madness to keep struggling in the face of fear. In exchange, she swore fealty to it. She swore to never forget what the god taught her. Then she climbed. She returned to the surface, and in her madness she fought the monsters that harrowed her. For 12 years she fought. Every day she would rest and enjoy the bountiful wonders of this world, and every night she would rise and battle the creatures that came to haunt her. She felled hundreds of them, yet they always returned. As time passed by, she grew wise. Climbing to the highest mountaintop, she called out in a clear voice that rang through the dales. She called, "I am Barefirth. I am mighty. If you hear my voice, come find me. Come look for me in the plains, in the forests, by the rivers. Find me, and you too will be mighty." And her voice was heard. Other men and women appeared. Those who had been hiding in the dirt and the roots, in the great shadows, they heard her voice and were entranced. They followed it to the source and came together as a crowd before her. They were fearful and hungry. I don't know if I want the chest itself. Now, there was a shiver in here. I don't know if there's going to be another shiver. But I can at least get rid of that. And this is a nice open area. The balcony. What is that? A display case. With a small ovine crystal. An artisan's blueprint. Is that used for something specific that we might want? Pretty sure it is. Oh, this looks like a throne. That might have been a bonfire of some sort. It's over here. Malachite. Stonemason's blueprint. We'll take that. And a crystal skull. I'll leave everything else because I'm pretty sure malachite is copper. Yeah, it's copper. We don't need more copper. Alright, the next place is to just go up. So I'm going to go up from the left side. And we'll head to the right. I'm going to expect there's not going to be much up here. This actually goes quite far over to here, which luckily we can climb back up from. Alright, so in here we have plaster, nice. Got the 2 blueprints, got the bed, sticks that didn't stack for some reason. Is that really all of it? That's really all of our storage already. Okay, well this quartz is going to go over here with the rest, because we don't need quartz from a ruin. And we'll just climb back up this way, heading our way through, back to the same room we started in. That's the staircase, so this is where we came from. More lead. Nothing in this room, but there was something over here, I thought. I guess we came up here first. These look cool, red ceramic tiles. I'm not seeing anything other than piles of junk and stuff. There's a vessel. Well, the copper knife and a flint knife. Well, the flint knife can go down there. Unless it doesn't make it all the way. There we go. There's a vessel here. It's something that looked important, but it's just bamboo stalks. And some flax fibers. That looks like a hallway. That's the end of the room. That's a bed. Picked up carrot seeds from that. Not too impressive. This is pumpkin seeds, I think. If we were to throw away firewood. Yeah, it is pumpkins. Okay, it's time to get more reeds again. Which, if I remember correctly, they're over here. Yep. Let's try to get another 24. Did I not pick it up? I didn't. Okay, another 4. Okay, that's one more reed chest. Oh, wrong way. Imagine if we made this our house. Okay, first is to check any of the other chests to make sure that we're not stacking up multiples. Okay, and in here we have these. And beeswax. And then we were all the way on the right side, so let's go up the staircase that's over here. And then somewhere we should find a vessel that we didn't break, right? No, this is the room we were just in. That's the firewood I was looking for. Here's a vessel. With feathers. I don't think we need feathers other than to make arrows, so we're probably not going to do anything with these. That looked like beeswax and claystone stones. What seeds were those? More soybeans. And this is part of the edge of the ruin. We're getting closer to the end of this. That had... empty stuff. Okay. Storages we don't need. We can't fill them up and put them in a storage container, so I'm not going to keep a hold of them. And if I get a full inventory, I'm going to be throwing the feathers on the ground. Are we close to the staircase that's over here now? Okay. Here's the staircase, so that means we need to go on the inside of this now. Which I guess would start here. That's actually the opening to where the bees are. Alright, here's the vessel I didn't make. That was quartz. That's another thing I'll throw away if we need more room. That's the edge again. So this would be somewhat the center of the building. That's the other staircase. Picked up spelt seeds that time. We don't really need spelt. That's a staircase coming up. That's a hallway that leads to nothing. That's the edge. So this should be looking down in the fire pit with the throne in the middle. Surprisingly, there's... Oh, here's the chest. With a copper ingot, lime, and a rusty gear. And now that the sun's coming up, I can see a little bit further. I can also see that there's nothing else left other than the stuff we just found in the center room. Wait a second. We have more room in our inventory. Don't want this. Don't want this. And we don't want the claystone. I do like the blocks that they made, but I don't know if I break that, if I'll be able to pick it up. Alright, so over here, we have all the stuff that we've been able to pillage from this area. I'm going to go through and make sure that we look through all the chests again. Alright, last one is this one. Then everything else goes in here. Ah, I can't fit the spelt in there. Okay. Bees, on the other hand, they're going to go... way over there. We don't need spelt. We'll come back for the other stuff. What we're going to do now is try and find our way over to the pigs. So I want that to stay, but we're going to change it to a blue so that I can find it easier next time we come up. We went through that. So this is the next one we're going to explore. I'm going to change that to a blue so I know which one I'm heading to. We don't have any food, so we're going to have to find either soybeans, like right in front of us. Actually, that's turnips. That works. We're going to either have to find vegetables like I just did, or we're going to have to eat termite nests again. And this is either amaranth, which is a grain. It is. We'll pick up the amaranth. And this right here is a termite nest. I'm surprised they didn't code it to where the termites try and attack you, like bees would. I mean, I'm glad they don't, but I'm surprised. That's a hyena. That's some sort of gazelle. Don't think we need the torch out anymore. So now we're going to keep heading west. try to find this ruin. Is this another turnip that I can take? It is, look at that. And that's the ruined village that we were going through the last time we were up here. Since I have less turnips, I want to eat them first. Here's more amaranth and sunflowers. Well, that's definitely amaranth. Yeah, these are definitely sunflowers. Well, I didn't get them all. Over here are soybeans and a weird blue-looking tree. Oh, this is mature cassava. Don't know what cassava is. I'm gonna guess it's a vegetable. In the game, I mean. I'm curious about this blue tree. I think it's a fruit tree. Oh, it's an olive tree. Look at that. What? Oh, I saw it right as they shot me. I realized where they were. This is the weird bamboo place that we were running in the last episode. So can I eat these? Soak in water to make this edible. Okay. That looks like I left stuff here. There is grain in here. A copper shovel along with a flint shovel. We're just gonna throw that back on the ground. Soybeans, feathers. Reed chest, copper. More grain. Leave that on the ground then. We could take some of the bamboo. How's our protein? Protein is the thing that has the least. Is there a way to know? Oh, shovels break this apart quicker. Okay, I guess that makes sense. I wonder if they rebuild. Like, are those gonna respawn being fixed again later? I didn't mean to eat both of those vegetables, I meant to only eat one. Oh well. Hopefully our saturation stays up longer. Is this blue clay? It is, look at that. You know what? That didn't mark it. Oh well. This is what I meant to do. Did we run right past it? No, that's the one that we already went to. We are somewhat close to it. And this is the one where all the stone paths are from. So there should only be a few things of stuff. That's not what I want to do. Apparently we did mark both of those fruit trees already. There's a lot of mushrooms growing out here. Oh, that looks like there's a flint node under there. Bunch of different flint. And there is a trader. That is on the way. So when we get to the trader, we might be able to see a pig. If that was a sow, I would be very happy. Whoa, that's a boar. There you are. And they run a little bit faster than me. I want the meat. Alright, it's going too far. So does that mean there's a sow nearby? I mean, that's the piglet. Maybe they don't have to spawn in as a family of 3. They can spawn in as a family of 2. There's a bunch of chickens. Let's go see what this trader has. I am keeping an eye out for more pigs. Alright, trader. What's your name? Your name is Wilt. What do you have, Wilt? You are another decorations trader. Black bronze lantern. That looks awesome. You have a lot of cool paintings. I'll do decorations trader. I'll make you a light blue. Hopefully I'll be able to see you a little bit easier. And that looks like another ruin way up here. But we're going to the large one to our right. So we should be seeing it. There it is. There's a lot of reed over here, so we should be able to make chests if we need to. Which we might, because I have a lot of grain-related stuff on me. And this should have some chests outside for me to break. That had quartz. Yay. Okay, grain. I can pick that up. That's easy. Flint tools. I just blew out the torch. That is black coal. Nice. Alright, here's the front. I'm pretty sure that's it on the outside. It's just coming over here. There should be a torch holder somewhere in here. There it is. Right below another vessel. We'll put the cassava on the ground. There should be a vessel up here, which there is. More grain. There's no vessel over there, but there is one right here. Which has blue clay. Oh, that's fire clay. And some other stuff. Oh, one flex thing. Didn't mean to fall in the water, but okay. Alright, so there's nothing else over here except for the paths. So we don't need those marked anymore. What's the next thing I'm going to? I should probably make a fire starter and relight this torch. Thankfully this time I remembered how to do it. Come on. Alright, where are we going next? Obviously farther west, but where? Wasn't there a thing? There was a thing. I wanted to go there. I forgot to mark it. So let's mark it. We'll go back to that at a different time. Probably when I come back for all the stuff that's over at here. So our next place to go to is going to be down here. Which is already marked. It's the dark red. Which is actually this way. At least we know where the too deep water is not, by the fact that reeds or cattails do not grow on it. They have to be in 1 block tall water. That's a cool formation. Because that's not just a formation. Can I press the right buttons? Yeah, there's some ruins here, but I'm not going to dig below them. Because we're somewhat on the time crunch. And I think we actually came to these ruins, or rock formations. Because this had the weird, yeah, dragon's beard or something like that. At least we're out of the rain now. I am happy to be away from all that ambient noise. It's good noise, but often too loud. Am I gonna have to swim? A little bit. We should be able to see the other end when we get to that point. I honestly thought I was gonna fall into that hole that was right there. I'm trying to use the land as much as I can so we don't have to swim for a very long time. I think there was another hole I just jumped over. There should be chalk sand. A lot of chalk out here. And bauxite. I don't know if bauxite is very important or not. Not rain again. I mean, bauxite does seem to be a regular stone. I could probably just get off here. So I don't think it would be too rare, or too important, I mean. Alright, am I showing anything? Just another hot spring. So if we climb up this rather tall hill, we should be getting closer to what could be a ruin. Either that or it's just a bunch of stone. No, it is that. So it is in fact a ruin. There's also something built right there. But this place at least looks important. Oh, there's a translocator up top. We found one of these rooms before. I don't have room for the bony soil. I doubt I'm gonna have room for any of this stuff. Oh, I see you back there. That was more grain. I think we've gotten more grain from breaking vessels than we've gotten from farming. Oh, that must have been grass. There's a rusty gear. Is that a pickup rusty gear? No, it's not. So if we continue going up, you get to another translocator. So I'm going to stand right here and then put that there. What's in here? Ooh, a brass torch holder, iron bloom, green wallpaper on aged planks. I don't think I want any of that. More than I want the green that's in her pocket. Okay, so next up is to get rid of this. And I should probably mark which translocator is the one that we're using. Okay, green is home. Red is new. We're gonna go to this ruin next. And then we're gonna continue going west to that apple icon. There's more of that Mediterranean cypress stuff. Does this one at least have wood? No, it's just leaves. Now, we did die out here, which is why we weren't able to cross over all the way to the sow. We have hidden in a hole. I don't remember why we died. Pretty sure we died to a boar. That's cool looking. This is me trying to remember something from 3 days ago, so I'm not expecting to remember everything. Oh. Okay, this doesn't look too bad. Looks like it could have something in it. I'm gonna check the outside first. I see a vessel already. This looks like an opening. Ooh, there's a crate. I love finding things in crates. Oh, there's a couple crates. Okay, this has pottery. Is that even something I can pick up? No, it's not. This has 1 tin ingot. Okay. And it looks like it's just 2 rooms. It's this pot, which has seeds that we don't need. And then it was the crate. And bony soil. Okay, we're coming back to here. We'll definitely keep this on here. We won't do anything to it. Okay, back to going west. We're gonna get as close to that apple as we can before it's time to raid out. But we're probably not gonna get to the sow and make it home today. Especially if we get killed by whatever killed us the last time. Is that a hole in a tree? It is a hole in a tree. Let's carrot seeds right now. What we're gonna do... is that? And keep an eye out for ruins that I might not notice. Just checking in on the cats. Is that a ruin? Oh! Ruined village. Big ruined village. Okay, a little path in water. Apparently I just broke something. And we're lagging. Okay, we're back. So I'm not gonna expect to find anything cool in here. I'll only take things that I can use or carry. That's bone meal. Well, I can't put that back now. Is this better than the hat we're wearing currently? Yes. I believe it is. Can I get into this building? Not without breaking something. What if I parkour jump? Nope. We're not going to dig anything out to look for more stuff. So there could be something hidden here, but I don't have inventory for anything. This is another somewhat buried building. What is that? Oh, the ceiling tiles. Can't put rope. Rot Walker mask. This is shoes. Let's go this 1.2. That just is 0.4, so we're not taking that. This could be our big tower room at our main village. This I doubt has anything. That should be way out. Okay. Over here, we have one of these buildings too. And this did have stuff in it. What's in here? Stuff we can carry. But nothing really important. Alright, was there another building? There is the big building. So this looks like the building with the archway. It has multiple archways, so this is not the same building. I also can't see an entrance. So I'm guessing this would have to be considered the entrance. This does have the small room. So I think if we go through here, this would be where we have our main ladder. Yep. It's got a ladder going up. All the way up to here. And then there's nothing else. Engineer assembly blueprint and plaster with squares. What do I not need? Obviously the grain. Because I want that plaster. You know, if I get rid of all 3 grain, I can fit the 3 things that I actually do want. I'll take the plaster, because that's more stuff that I don't have to build later on. And actually, there's something in here. I fell. Now, if I can get up here first. This is a bed I can sleep in. I think I will. Ooh. A lore book and an H painting. I kind of want that painting. Oh, that's rice grain. I thought that was the bone meal. And that's our raid out timer. Can I sleep in this? No, but I can apparently put my raft there. Alright, let's figure out how to get out of this building so that I can keep going this direction. Nope, wrong direction. We're going this way. We are somewhat close to connecting the map. So I think we're going to keep going this way and see if we can at least connect the map before it's too late in the day for us. It looks like I can see something on the horizon that's a lighter color. That could have been where the sun was going down. That is a trader. That's a ruin. I don't see anything else. We're gonna have to walk for a while, a couple minutes, before we see anything really change on the map, I think. Now, the reason why I am a little concerned with these sow that we have in the hole is I had just attempted to build my way out of the hole, so that sow can actually walk right out of the hole. I also don't remember if I damaged it. There's a sow and a boar right here. I don't know where the boar is. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? There's the boar. There's the sow. Okay, this boar is gonna come with me. I know where the sow is. I actually didn't place down a marker on where the hole is. Oh, here's the hole. That's not good. Oh, that's a shiver. Why am I not picking it up? Okay, that's annoying. Well, we made it back home. So let's at least empty our pockets with everything we have. And then in the next episode, when we come back, we will continue. Oh, that's bone meal, I forgot. Alright, so we have a cool painting. Let's place that right there. Do not place block requires solid block face. What? Are you chiseled? No, it's regular. Can't I place a picture there? It might be a big picture. Yeah, it's a big picture. Alright, so in here I want to do this. And then we have blueprints. I have Chandler, I have Weaver, I have Engineer, I have other ones somewhere else. Those in there, that is bone meal. We need a spot for bone meal. I apparently have 2 of these. Okay, and then these are all seeds. So let's go plant these. Okay, here's our first plot, which would be not N. Sunflowers and amaranth are over here. Sunflower. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And then K, is that what this is? No, K is over here. Yes. 1, 2, 3, and 4. How are the chickens? Do I have any chicks? I'm not hearing any little chirp noises. So I don't think there's any chicks in there. I also see eggs still on the nest. So we'll keep letting them do what they done words. We'll let them keep doing what they do. Let's eat up and then find out who we're going to raid out to. Okay. Picture for today's stream. What would it be? I guess it would be the map, right? Because there is another sow out here, which did not die. So we'll keep that. All right, so this is going to be our screenshot. Let's save the game, find out who we're going to raid. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to catch me live, I stream on Twitch on Wednesdays and Fridays from 10 a.m. EST to 12:30 p.m. EST, and on Sundays from 10 a.m. EST to 2 p.m. EST.